he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
Bring the energy, baby.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the Habitual Line Steppers podcast, y'all. I am Garrett Langley Henson.
And I am Terry Ricardo DeShazo. The second. The dude.
And the Deuce has acquired podcasting equipment. He got a halo light, so now we can see all his eye wrinkles. He got a microphone, so now we can hear his voice crack under pressure. Terry, I can't tell you how excited I am to be taking this podcast to the next level with you, bud.
Hey, look, man, I'm still on a Cricket wireless internet, so, not there yet. I'm waiting for Google Fiber to finish up these wires, and we'll be good to go.
There you go. For everyone who didn't know, Terry turned 30 over the past week. So it's only fitting that we start a new chapter of this podcast with brand new setup, brand new equipment for a man who's entering into a brand new decade and might need some brand new diapers if he keeps getting old like this.
Nah, man. Celebrated it with the people that I love the most. You know what I'm saying? A few people were missing, but it's all good. We had a great time, man. Just excited for the new year, man. The older we get, the more money we making, man. We're getting this new shit, man. I appreciate everybody in the gifts. It was a fun time. And let's get straight into it, man. Let's talk Champions League.
Yeah, man. I'm down to it. Well, it was a party at your house on Saturday, and it was a party today up where they were drawing the Champions League. I think somebody had a little too much to drink, Terry. Forgot to put Manchester United in the right box. Because when they spun that lottery wheel, they're like, wait a minute, are you supposed to be popping up with not the other people in your groups?
See, that was the biggest one. The Villarreal and Manchester United got drawn together. And then everybody was like, wait, they were in the same group. Like, they can't be drawn together in the final 16. This isn't making any sense at all. All of it really was just kind of off. Like, if you take a look at the list of the teams, it really doesn't kind of make sense, man. Like, they had No, this is the second one. Let me go to the first joint. So, like, the first joint, it was a little saucy. It was Messi versus Ronaldo in the first joint.
In a round of 16.
That shit would have been heat. Like, that was about to be fire, bro. I would have loved to have done that shit, man. That shit would have been
Hey, we just going to have to hope that they both win their games. You know what I mean? And we may get that in the coming rounds.
Yeah. Well, like, the way that they do it, though, it's not like you don't get to see, like, a tournament bracket. They redraw shit again for the next round, like, after the wins, which is weird. But, like, I mean, I get it, but it's kind of strange. Yeah. You don't really know who you're going to...
I'm with it about that. And Terry, like, for the great decade-long rivalry that Messi and Ronaldo have had, that's the one joint that we haven't got. It's getting to see them play, like, head-to-head, you know what I'm saying, in the final.
I don't have
actually, that's not true. 2009, Messi and Barcelona waxed them.
Yeah.
And was Ronaldo on the 2011 team that got waxed too?
I don't think so. I think he moved on to Madrid. But that was the one that we saw. But that wasn't the prime Ronaldo, though. He was still really good, but that wasn't, like, primed out Ronaldo. He was not a goal scorer yet.
It was prime Ronaldo.
I mean, he wasn't
like
a goal scorer. He wasn't a goal scorer yet, though. You know what I'm saying? He was just still, like, a little dribbler. He was still dribbling a little bit.
He was CR7, not CR9 yet.
Yeah. He didn't go to Madrid yet. When he went to Madrid, I mean, I'll give it to you, though. Like, in 2009, he still was really good. And I think he still had some banger, like, goals. But when he went to La Liga with Madrid, my man was damn near untouchable. Like, he was a beast, bro. He was a fucking beast. And there was some years that were better than Messi, and, like, Messi was completely balling, too. And I'm like, damn, this kid Ronaldo, I was like, hey, I got to give him props. He was balling.
Ronaldo always came through with the decisive ones, man.
Hell yeah.
But unfortunately, due to that error, they've decided that draw is no good. They had to redo the entire freaking thing.
Yep.
Everybody had to come back. They had to get 32 more ping pong balls and get all of them stamped again. So now they corrected the error of their ways, Terry. We got our proper draws.
Yeah.
Enlighten the people. What are some of these draws that stand out to you that you're excited to see in the round of 16?
Well, it looks like when I'm looking at this list, man, Bayern Munich got it easy. They got Salzburg. City got it easy. We got Sporting Kansas, or that's the Sporting Kansas. We got Sporting Portugal. The Sporting.
I'll tell you what, the Sporting Portugal. Jesus Christ, Terry. First Sporting Kansas City, then Sporting Portugal. The amount of disrespect that you're showing Sporting Lisbon right now, where Cristiano Ronaldo came from, let me remind you.
They're getting waxed. They're getting waxed. But honestly, the marquee matchups here, Man U Atletico, that's a sneaky interesting one for me. Because Man U is starting to get their shit together. As Garrett still thinks that Michael Carrick is the coach. You know, he still thinks Ragnick is still a consultant for a couple of years. I don't
think, Terry, this is just, when you read stuff, you know stuff.
Did you ever Google Michael Carrick's name?
This is what happens when you have to, when you read, then you learn. And so what I did is I read that he was given a 2-year contract as a consultant and an interim manager.
You don't watch the Premier League. It's okay. You don't have Peacock. It's fine. You don't have Peacock. It's cool.
You're just going to put me on blast for not being able to afford all 11 soccer subscription services? I can't get a password for one fucking week?
You got 9 subscriptions, bro. You need 2 more to finish it off.
We'll see what happens.
Huh?
I don't know if that was an Angela Bassett joke because she's the star of 911 or what that was, Terry. No. I'm just going to let that fly underneath the rug.
Everybody knows if you're a sports fan, you need to download 11 different subscriptions to watch every different sport. It's getting ridiculous. Just figure it out. I got cable and I still got to download Peacock to watch the Premier League. It used to just come on like USA and NBC Sports and NBC, and I can watch like most of the games. Now I gotta download Peacock. That shit's garbage. Champions.
You know what we need to do, bro? We need to like come to the TV channels with a whole new idea for not Spectrum, not Comcast, singleman.tv, and the entire package is just sports. There's no news. There's no TLC channel. There's no E with the exclamation point.
Yeah.
It's just all the sports channels that you have to get. But it doesn't cost $75 a month.
Yeah. The thing I will say is, one company that did have it right, while we're just kind of, ramping and riffing. Sling Blue, or whichever one had the mostly sports package, that shit was fire. But Sling is an absolutely garbage organization, to watch. Their commercials are louder than the actual sports that you're watching. If you're just watching that shit on 8 volume while your girls sleep, then the commercial's is bow, Geico Insurance. You're like, damn, bro, what the fuck? This shit's ridiculous, man. But that one was pretty good. I mean, it's ridiculous that
Amazon TV is too. I keep forgetting. This one time I was laying in bed or whatever, I was on it. I was I'm trying to hear The Wire, but T's sleep. And so, every time I can tell they about to cut away, I'm like, fuck, where's the mute button?
Yeah, because it's crazy. I mean, you got to watch La Liga on. Good.
People are going to be trying to hit their own mute button on this podcast if we spend any more time fucking talking about Sporting Portugal. All right?
We didn't even talk about them. We talked about them for 2 seconds, and now we're talking about fucking sports packages. But it's just La Liga's on ESPN Plus, Champions League's on fucking Paramount Plus, or Serie A, and then fucking Premier League is on Peacock. Just choose one, and I want to watch it on one. Well, I got to get 3 different ones. It's ridiculous.
Hey, go to www.fanatiz.com, FANATIZ, the official sponsor of this podcast. We're just still waiting for them to send us a check. I found out that's some website where you pay $10 or whatever a month, and then they just give you all the games. I think it's Germany. I think it's Germany, Spain, and France. Those are the only 3 that you get, but at least you get 3 leagues in one. Yeah. And you don't have to get ESPN Plus, Fox Soccer Match Pass, Peacock, Paramount Plus, Univision Plus, Telemundo, whatever the fuck, Premium, Premier, Primo.
But if we look at the redraw again, as we're talking, the other one is PSG again versus Madrid. Now
that's a bar burner.
That's the interesting one right there. Because we already have PSG Man City a couple times. Those are good matchups and pretty good games as well. We call both of those. But Madrid PSG, it's going to be looking crazy when Casemiro fouls the shit out of Messi. And then Ramos is like, hey, don't foul my boy like that. And then Ramos like, hey, I thought we were boys. What's going on here? Playing on the wrong team.
Meanwhile, Angel Di Maria is just on the bench like, I'm about to finally get some playtime, fellas.
Yeah. The old Neymar's hurt.
That's definitely going to be the game that we call. Like, that's going to be the one that we're calling on Colorcast.
Yeah, PSG.
It's not going to be Sporting Portugal, Kansas City against Man City.
Nah, because and then I guess after that, the only other one is Inter Liverpool, but Inter is only their name. In name, Inter is good, but Liverpool is like damn near a juggernaut right now, man. They're a really good team, so I don't see that one going too well for them. And other than that, I mean,
I don't see that go well for Inter because they always play with 3 in the back, and Liverpool plays with 3 or 4 forwards.
Yeah,
so that's usually not a recipe for success.
Yeah, I mean, and Liverpool dominated their group, like completely dominated it. And didn't they play in the group of death, if I'm not mistaken?
And Thiago finally found his footing.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're completely right. But if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Liverpool was in that group with like Atletico Madrid and Porto and fucking whoever else was in it. And that
wasn't the group of death.
It's group of death 18.
Fucking with Club Bruges. It's like the group of death was the one that sent Barcelona down to the Europa League. That was the group of death.
Nah, that was just y'all. Y'all were just bad.
Nah. We'll talk about that later. Hey, you're right. It's not the group of death. Maybe it's like the group of, I don't know, like a near-death experience where you see it.
Nah, I mean, honestly, it was the group of names. Like, AC Milan really isn't that good. Atletico is okay this year, and then Porto is, like, decent. You know what I'm saying? This is the group of names. But when you see a group full of teams that have won the league before, like the Champions League, you're just like, oh, that's the group of death. And then Liverpool's like, no. It's not the group of anything. We're going to score 18 and go on with our day. They destroyed that shit. Completely destroyed that group. So
that's the Felipe Coutinho derby, Terry. The one celebrating his transfer as a teenager from Inter Milan to Liverpool. You think Inter was like, damn, we could have waited out 3 years and made $100 million more from Barcelona. What were we thinking?
Probably, man. Honestly, like if they really think back on it, they should have waited. My man Coutinho ain't doing nothing over there at Barcelona. He doesn't fit. He doesn't fit. He just doesn't fit. It's okay. But besides that, any other matchups for you? You like the Juve, Villarreal? No, giving you anything? Letting you rise?
I think Villarreal's going to beat them.
Yeah. Ajax Benfica.
That'll be a great game.
Yeah.
But for casual fans of the sport, not too many people are going to watch it because like they don't have the name recognition that some of the other players and teams might.
No, that's true.
But that'll be a barn burner of a game.
Yeah. I mean,
that'll be really exciting.
Yeah. And then you got Chelsea-Lille, which Lille could sneak that one away from Chelsea. Chelsea's not firing on all cylinders right now.
They did win the French League last year ahead of PSG.
Hey.
Even though everyone talks about France, the Farmers League, PSG still didn't win it.
Yeah. Hey.
Lille. Terry, you know I do this shit every year. Lille is my FIFA 21 career mode team. The one I always start off with because all their good players are 23 or younger and have potentials like over 85. So for me, this game holds a very special place in my heart. I've grown an attachment to guys like Jeremy Doku over the years, who starts off as a 63 and grows all the way to a 92. And, I'm going to be rooting for some strong black men in red to take the fight to the boys in Standard Bridge.
When you look at Lille, they got a couple CONCACAF people on their squad, that we kind of like near and dear to our heart. Jonathan David, what I'm saying?
Canada. Still trying to poach him.
Yep. Tim Weah, our national team player, USA national team guy, Tim Weah. So, like, those two dudes alone, I'm looking at Lille like, damn, they're fast. They can dribble and they can score. They're an exciting team to watch, man. I really like watching them. They're really good.
We should have some type of, like, national draft like Dave Chappelle did for the racial draft and try to take some of these guys back to America or from other countries.
There's,
I'm gonna see if we can talk to Canada, Terry. I'm gonna get the Prime Minister up on the horn, or I don't know if they have a president or a prime. I don't even know.
for
Who
Canada,
gives a fuck about Canada, man? They're goofy as shit.
Prime Minister.
But I'll call whatever 60-year-old woman is in charge, and I'll ask her if we can get Drake and Alphonso Davies. And who are we sending back in that deal? Vince Carter? You think that's fair?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he's Canadian as well, but whoever else is like
Vince Carter's American. He's just Canadian because he.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tripping. I'm like, hold up. He played in Toronto for so long. I was like, no, he's Canadian.
See, it makes sense. The commissioner's already approved the trade. Alphonso Davies, welcome to the red, white, and blue.
Let's go. So now
let's welcome the other teams in the Europa League that Barcelona are going to be facing against.
Yep.
Probably not even going to win this joint.
Most likely
Terry, they got some bangers in the Europa League. These games might be better than the Champions League. I mean, listen to this. Sheriff against Braga.
Sheriff. Hey, Sheriff beat Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Sheriff beat Madrid, and then after that, Madrid went on a tear.
But let's talk about the games that everybody want to see. All right, there's a couple of the joints. Leipzig versus Real Sociedad. That's going to be a banger. That's going to be a really good game. Both of those teams could win it. Borussia Dortmund. Oh, never mind. They're playing Rangers. That's not going to be a good one.
Because Stevie Gerrard, the coach.
That'll be a good one to watch as U.S. fans, so we can see how Michael Carter-Vickers holds up against Erling Haaland.
Not well.
Bro, you want to make the U.S. national team for the World Cup, bro? Start off by shutting down Haaland. Yeah. All right?
Make sure he doesn't score, man. God, that's going to be hard, bro. Dortmund can win it all. Dortmund can definitely win it all. I mean, in the other game, like you said, Real Sociedad, they have a squad. They could probably win it all as well. I'd feel more confident if they still had Odegaard on the squad, but, Arsenal bought him for a decent fee. But they could win it. I mean, Leipzig is a good team, too.
And we haven't even gotten to the marquee matchup, Terry, the one that everyone's going to be talking about. If the Liverpool and Inter Milan game was the Derby della Felipe Coutinho, then this is the Derby della Diego Maradona between FC Barcelona and Napoli.
Yeah, that's one. And I also want to put an asterisk. The Lazio-Porto game is also a decent matchup, too. So you're just looking at this shit like, damn. These Europa League matchups are not bad. But Barcelona versus Napoli, I'm worried. I'm worried for you guys.
Right here. We're doing it for you. All right? It's in your honor.
Don't bring him into this. Don't you dare.
I'm going to let him pick the game. I'll take it from Maradona, not from me. He came from Barcelona and Napoli. He got there, he was like, what the fuck is this? It's a shithole. Those was his words. I didn't say that.
He said that about Naples?
Yeah. He was like, Naples sucks.
Damn.
He was going there in the first season that he played in Naples.
Yeah.
All he did was get fouled 150 times a game.
Yeah.
Everyone else on his team sucked. He went from Barcelona where they had the best facilities in the world and everyone wanted your autographs on the street to Naples where everyone's blackout drunk and they're playing on a fucking some other team's practice facility that has nails in the field and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And Maradona's just looking around wait a minute, am I not the best player in the world? What the fuck is this?
Hey, he went for the money, man. Or I don't know why he went, but he went for something. He won with that team, which is crazy.
They made him get up out of Barcelona because he was being a bad boy. But little did they know that he was going to go to Naples and befriend a bunch of mobsters and hitmen and shit like that. Ended up fucking one of the most dangerous men in Italy's daughter, and then he was like, "Shit, I gotta marry the bitch now."
Yeah, shout out to Maradona, but don't drag Maradona into this Barcelona trash garbajoso bullshit that you're talking about. Barcelona has no chance in this game. Okay, Napoli is fantastic this year, as well as they've been doing this for years. They are gonna thump y'all once again. I'm gonna call it first. Draw 3-0. They're killing you. They're killing you. If you want to defend your boys, defend them. But they're killing Barcelona.
I'm not. Listen, man, you can tell when somebody does too much that they're covering up for something. And I tried to tell you a long, elaborate story about something that happened in Naples 40 years ago so that you wouldn't follow along and realize. But the end of the day is there's no amount of obfuscation or confusion that I can use, Terry. We're going to be playing them without Jordi Alba. We're going to be playing them starting another 4 center man back line. There's certainly no way in hell I'm predicting we win.
Yeah.
I'm already imagining PK and Longley just trying to stay with Chucky Lozano. And
it's not looking too good for y'all, man. I mean, I'm telling you.
And I haven't even talked about Victor Osimhen.
Yeah, and he's a powerful center forward for them too. But like the team is that Dries Mertens. I mean, you name it. They still got Koulibaly on the squad. The team is too good, man. I mean, they're sitting in 4th in Italy. They're only 4 points behind. I mean, like,
hey, it's better than 9th in Spain, right?
Ain't y'all in 13th? What happened?
Oh yeah, we did tie that game in the last minute.
Yeah, y'all boys are in 13th place. Barcelona's in 13th place in La Liga, bro. It's looking bad. Y'all better start when I'm telling you. Napoli's killing you. Don't even, like, your Europa chances are over. I'm glad y'all got this out the way because otherwise you'd have been like, we can win Europa and get back in the Champions League. Like I told you in the last podcast that got corrupted. It's not on YouTube right now, but we're going to put it on for the audio. Don't worry about these other tournaments. You better get your ass concentrated on this La Liga shit because all that other shit is done. You're not winning any of it. Copa del Rey, leave it alone. Don't touch it.
You know what? I'm going to concentrate on the members of my team and my squad and the people near and dear to them. And I'm going to take the advice of old girl Shakira, who's very near and dear to PK. Yeah. Via her song, Bicicleta. But you know what? I don't ride my bike like Bicicleta, Terry. I ride my bike with no handlebars. Without handlebars. And so it looked kind of like a unicycle, which is apt for the circus that is taking place in Barcelona right now, Terry. I don't know how many more of these games I'm going to subject myself to watching. It's something I'll probably have to work out with my therapist. But it's not looking good for your boys right now.
Nope.
And I'm certainly not going to come up here and prognosticate about how they're going to beat Napoli in the Europa League. No. You're not going to catch me doing that. Until we win the first leg, and I'm like, we're going all the way. We're back, okay?
Yeah, no, that's not happening. I mean, like, have they ever been in Europa?
Not in my lifetime.
Yeah, I don't think Barcelona's ever been in Europa. Like, it's not a thing. Like, I'm gonna look it up, and it's just gonna be like only from 2021. There's not gonna be anything else from like 19, whatever the fuck. Because I don't even think when did Europa even get made? Like Champions League, like since the new like Champions League and Europa like fixtures and shit when they changed.
I don't know, 2004, something like that.
Maybe because like Champions League has only been since like 90 something, either like 92 or 91, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, we're not gonna look it up and shit, but
yeah,
Europa,
you are mistaken.
They
had European cups back there, but continue.
They did, but they, when they actually changed it and then you made real decent money after winning the tournament and all that type of shit.
And they're like, all right, Nottingham Forest, I know you won the fucking European Cup 2 years ago, but go fuck yourself. You'll never be part of the Champions League. Enjoy watching reruns of Robin Hood.
Yeah, that's when they changed the name. They're like, hold up, Nottingham Forest won this 4 times? Yeah, nah, we're changing this. We're completely...
Bro, that's what I'm waiting for Nottingham Forest to get back in the Europa League, and then they can play Sheriff, and we can have the fucking Robin Hood Bowl.
The Robin Hood Bowl.
The Robin Hood round of 16? Come on, dog.
Nah, that's not a thing. Well, you know what? I took a look at it. Barcelona's never played in the Europa. Never. Not one single time in their life. And you guys are about to lose in the round of 16. You thought it was sad when Bayern Munich beat them 8-2 in a game. It's going to be worse when you're in Europa losing to fucking Napoli like 3-0 in one leg and then like 6-0 on the other leg. And I'm just be sitting here like, God, damn, this is sad, man. Give me a violin. Play him out.
Hey.
Play him out.
You know what? Replace Xavi All right. I got the perfect idea for who's going to coach him in the Europa League.
Who? Michael Carrick?
Helen Keller. No legs.
Blind and deaf. Hey, anybody can coach y'all now. You're not going to win. You just ain't got the horses.
I tell you what, anyone can play baseball, Terry, and that's why nobody's watching it. You like that transition?
Nah, you just wanted to get away from this fucking the fucking. You guys are getting destroyed right now. Hey, look, I told everybody we're black in that Bayern Munich game. We're black for the rest of the season. The funeral is now. The Europa League funeral is now.
Okay.
We're waiting.
You got to turn Barcelona into Washington Wizards with fucking John Wall?
No.
Okay.
The Washington Wizards? Shit.
Yeah. You remember they did that shit when they played the Celtics in the playoffs and everyone wore black because they thought they were going to the Celtics funeral and then they lost in Game 7?
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
After fucking John Wall stood on the scorer's table like he was Dwayne Wade in the first round of a playoff game that you didn't even win.
No, I remember that. Yeah. But no. Go ahead and talk about what you were talking about, man.
You know what, Terry? That was a memorable moment. That was an exciting time. That was a play that's going to stick with me. I'll remember John Wall hitting that shot and jumping on that scores table forever. I can't name a play in baseball in the last 20 years that I remember that was like one great play. And apparently I'm not alone, as people responded all across America to a Gallup poll put out there by Imperia Analysis. And according to this poll, Terry, soccer has passed baseball in America in popularity now, with 49% of U.S. Sports fans saying they watch soccer on TV, compared to only 37% who said the same thing for hockey. And wow, I just realized I set this whole premise up. They passed hockey, not baseball.
It's creeping on baseball, man. It's creeping on baseball.
As usual, it's a Pop the Trunk production. I got the two white guy sports
And
that
you
I
did
don't
solid
watch
research on it,
confused.
too.
I did. I had statistics. We're 8%
So,
away from overtaking baseball, Terry. So hockey's first, all right? We already know people don't watch that on TV unless you live in like a cold-ass
most
fucking
likely.
place or Tampa Bay, all right? But baseball's next, and we got our sights on you too, okay? And we broadcast games each week, Terry. I don't even know if they have a baseball
since we've
tab
been there,
on
it's
telecast.
not. I mean, baseball hasn't been playing, so that's also a thing. Yeah, like the baseball season's over.
Oh. I tell you what, it's always over
baseball
for me.
season's over. Like the only thing I'll say about the whole hockey thing is, and you said they do this poll every 3 years, right? Some shit. So when we were younger,
Something like that.
and I know hockey's back on ESPN now, but when we were younger, it was on ESPN a lot. Like you saw the games on ESPN, ESPN2, all that type of shit, ESPN News. They used to cover it a lot. Like they covered it a lot. They had on SportsCenter too. They had dudes that were like analysts for hockey on ESPN all the time, and ESPN was the biggest like sportcast thing around, and it was the '90s and shit, right? They lost that ESPN contract in like around the 2000s when they had that hockey strike and shit. So the popularity just went way, way, way down. Like, I don't feel like the discrepancy between hockey and soccer is crazy, but I just feel like it not being on ESPN kind of hurt it because they only play on like NBC and they used to play on that fucking Canadian network. I can't even remember what it's called, but they used to play on that shit. And you can only watch hockey on 2 fucking networks. So you watch 2 hockey games a week if you're a fucking hockey fan. But for like NBA, they play shit on Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Like soccer, they got soccer games all over the place. Like you can watch a soccer game any day, almost at any hour. You can watch like a live soccer game. So like I can understand why the popularity is like growing a lot more. Because the NHL is the only shit you can watch. Like I'm not about to watch the fucking Canadian Hockey League. That's not fucking happening. There's like 70 leagues of soccer that are always on TV. So I can understand why like it changed up. Yeah.
I think that's a big factor for sure. And you know, it's another big factor that I think plays in this, Terry. FIFA, the video game. The FIFA, the video game, is the best sports video game out.
Yeah.
It has been for fucking 15 years. And like people who didn't even like soccer, who like when I was in college, there were a whole bunch of people who were like, soccer is fucking gay. That's like a pussy sport, all this other type of shit. But you know what? When it was like 1 a.m. and everyone was drinking back after at like someone's dorm room after Thursday night, it's like, you know what? They're playing FIFA. And like those FIFA was like a gateway drug to soccer for so many people who didn't grow up playing it, or people who didn't appreciate it, or people thought it was boring or unlikable. And so like people would play FIFA for a couple of years, and now like shout out to my buddy James, he's a Liverpool fan, and he'll actually watch games on TV and stuff like that. When 6 years ago, before he started playing FIFA, he was like, "Fuck that shit! I'm a real football fan."
I mean, you got to also like shout out like Ted Lasso, a really popular last show, Apple TV. That was a great produced TV show, and the Premier League itself. What?
No,
I said greatly produced. Yeah,
great produced TV show. No, did you see season 2?
I don't want to digress. I watched it and I liked it. I don't know what to tell you. I like season 1. I like season 2. I'm so sorry, brother.
Wow. You know what? It was probably your idea that they bring the therapist in. It was probably your idea. Terry's like, hey, you know what would be great about like the first show about soccer ever? What if this next season you just didn't ever discuss it? And we had no idea how good the team was. There's no footage of them playing soccer. I don't know if they're in first place or they're about to get relegated in the last episode of the season. I'll just spend a bunch of time talking about the personal growth that all these men need to go through.
That's just one of those
expand their mind list to
you know
win
how it is, man. They can never like keep a sports show because guys, let's be honest, we're a little fickle with the TV shows. One week we'll watch it like, yo, this is my favorite show. And then the next week you'll forget about it and just watch some real life sports. You just won't even think about that shit. Like that show was great. The first season was like strictly pretty much covering the team and like their results and all that. And then second season, you are right. It's more about they kind of overcorrected and like tried to get more off the field type of shit. Like, I mean, I was already invested after a season, so I watched the second season. You are correct, but you know, I still think it's a really good produced TV show. It's a good show.
Yep. Season 3 is going to be dope.
Hopefully.
I'll say that. Everyone has peaks and fallows. Nate as Jose Mourinho coming in. You see him, the little spots of gray and whatnot.
Yeah.
The translator.
That also has some success to it. There's no good hockey TV shows. I mean, like, can you name one? I know, like, well, go ahead.
No. But I tell you what, Terry, they said we're only 8% behind baseball. And the prediction is in the next 10 years, soccer will overtake baseball in the U.S.
It probably will.
In terms of like viewing interest. And I'd be lying if I didn't think that's like a generational thing. I think the younger audience, people 35 and younger, I think much more skewed towards soccer than baseball.
Nah, it won't. I mean, the thing about soccer is, and we kind of had the conversation, it's like, well, we didn't have this specific conversation, but you know that when you watch a soccer game, the shit's 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Baseball is fucking unpredictable. Like, you don't know how long it's going to be. It can be, like.
It might never end. They had games that went like on like 20 hours.
Like, if you think about it, if both pitchers threw a fucking no-hitter and you had one home run in the ninth, that game would still be 2.5 hours, 2:45. Like, it'd still be a long game because fucking one dude could foul off the ball 16 times in one at-bat, and you're just like, damn, bro. Like, you're going to strike out. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, you're not going to get a hit. And then the success rate is 30%. That's a great player in baseball. It's just a patient game.
You're right, man. You're right. And baseball fucked themselves, too, because they changed the wrong rules. Yeah. They changed the rules to take the fun out of the game and make it less interesting, and they didn't change the rules that need to be changed. For example, like you said, I could foul the ball 17 times in a row and nothing happens. You know how easy it would be to say your third foul ball in a row is your third strike. Get the fuck out of here. You know how easy it would be to make that rule, and they haven't done it for 100 years. But you know what's the rule they take out, Terry? That you can have a beer when you get to third base. If there was still beer at third
Nah,
base, you know how much more interesting baseball would be? If Ty Cobb was getting drunk on second and fucking going in the stands to beat up a cripple still.
No, you're right. I mean, bro, but
I'm
like,
tuning in for that.
it's never going to be a fun game for people like in our age group. Like, imagine the amount of people that we know under 35 that don't watch baseball. And they watch anything. Like, they watch any fucking thing. I'm telling you. Like, any sport.
Barry, I'll watch like a Korean game show that I can't even hear with no subtitles
But
on
I mean-
before I watch baseball. And that's not a joke. I'll watch two girls with a roach in the middle of a paper towel roll trying to blow it into each other's mouth.
Yeah, because it's like,
before I watch
between me and
fucking
you,
baseball.
who watches baseball besides me? Like, I still will watch baseball, but I played it.
It's immigrants and people are about to die. And I understand there's a lot of overlap in that Venn diagram. But I'm talking about people
Man,
about
I know
to die.
soccer
of old
immigrants,
age.
and they ain't watching baseball, bro. Soccer players ain't watching baseball, dude. None of them Hispanics I know watch fucking baseball. They don't talk about it at all.
No. No. It's the immigrants you got to watch out for, right? It's not the ones that are coming here and going to school and reading books. It's the ones that are raping your family members and just spreading disease.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's how you can tell the difference between a good immigrant and a bad immigrant. That's what they do at like the loading stations, at like from Guatemala or whatever. When you're coming in at their version of Ellis Island, they throw you a baseball and they kick you a soccer ball. And if you trap the soccer ball and let the baseball go past you, they'll be like, come on, come on, come on. If you catch the baseball and you let the soccer ball go between your legs, they're like, listen, I think there's still space in Panama.
To be honest with you, though, there's a few serious topics on it, right? Way too many fucking games. They play 160-something baseball games in a season. Like, that's ridiculous. I think basketball is probably the most amount of games in a regular season. Like, 82. And then yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, there's no need for baseball to play 164. Like, that's fucking crazy. Then they're gonna add another wild card spot and then add on a one game wild card play. Like, you already played 162. You ain't figured it out. 164, whatever.
And then I don't even know baseball, but I know everyone's losing their mind this year because like some team that lost in the wild cards won like 45 more games than the team that is like. So why do we even play these fucking 50 extra games if I could be 50 fucking games up and it doesn't matter at all? Bro, and if you're a baseball player, it's like, dude, I'm going to train hard for one fucking season, and that's it. And I'm signing my 10-year deal, and I'm fucking chilling and collecting my checks, man. You don't need to have a nutritionist and be a baseball player. You don't. Like, it's completely unnecessary.
It's just like the sport, man. And I don't think there's a recovery for it. Like, there's nothing you can do to make the shit more fun. You just can't do it. I don't think of anything you can do.
Hey, go beer back.
If they make it novelty,
we can at least try it.
Probably get some people back because let's be honest, the purists, they're gone in 25 years. All baseball purists are gone. So,
What they got to do, man, is they got to stop clinging to like this is the way that it has always been done, and these are the unwritten rules of baseball that'll persist. These are the beautiful things about the game that you really have to understand the game to appreciate them. To the layman watching the game, you don't just appreciate the mental battle between a pitcher throwing a slider and a left-handed hitter who's crowding the box.
Yeah,
it's like no, we do appreciate it, and it's fucking boring. It's not exciting. Watching somebody throw a changeup and watching another guy swing so hard he almost shits his pants is not nearly the same as watching John Collins put Joel Embiid on a poster. It's not even in the same ballpark. So if baseball wants to get some of these young folks back, you gotta let the game like be more. You gotta have more flair. You gotta have it be more exciting. Fuck finding people for flipping the bat. If I hit a home run, I should be able to throw the bat right at the first base coach from the other team.
Dumbass rules.
And the other thing is, start showing the fights more. That's the only time I watch baseball is when they're running out there to punch the pitcher in the face. Like, let's start talking up these narratives more. Like, I want to hear the pitchers talking shit to the hitters, like letting them know before the game. Like, hey man, you walk up in that box if you want to, but there's gonna be some heat coming at your head.
They can do. Like, it definitely has to be way more offense. Like in the past, after the steroid era and all that shit, pitchers are fucking dominating these hitters, bro. And it's like, I mean, the strikeout is cool, but damn, bro. Like, every pitcher is, like, really fucking good. Like, your top 3 pitchers in a 5-pitcher rotation, because, once again, you're playing too many fucking games. He's too good, bro. I need hits, man. That's why, see, like, you don't watch baseball at all, but in the World Series, right, in all the playoff games, too, they put a label on the ball, right, and that shit changes the rotation and blah, blah, blah. There's way more home runs because the ball is different. In the regular season, just a regular-ass ball with one little MLB shit. You put all that color in it, change the rotation, making it slower, knocking shit out the park. That shit's fun as fuck. But regular baseball, they're just getting strikeouts all the time.
Wait a minute. Terry, you're telling me that the screen printed logo on the baseball is affected that much, but not the fucking Vaseline that these guys have underneath their hat and the fucking stickum and the tar and shit they're rubbing all over the laces and shit, sticking up their ass crack when they think nobody's looking.
They don't need steroids per se, you know, because I feel like people have been beating this shit into the ground, like, take steroids and the game will be better. Like, that shit's going to kill the dudes. But you should allow them to do other type, like creatine and shit like that, like shit that doesn't, like, are going to affect them crazy. It's got to be more offense, bro. These dudes are trash. I haven't seen anybody hit 60 home runs in fucking, 15, 20 years? This is crazy. Give me some bombs, bro.
Yeah. Man, I agree with you, bro. I think, like, they should introduce an element of randomness because to me, like, baseball is too precise. Like, these motherfuckers are too good at it, and that's why it's boring. Because it's like, you know what? Like, you never know what type of ball you're pitching with. Yeah. Like, there are 5 different types of balls. They all weigh fucking different and are, like, slightly different. And then the umpire just throws it to you.
I like it. But like you said, bro, more offense, man. And then, like, regular season games are boring enough. The shit's long. Playoff baseball is long as hell because they make hella substitutions and shit. Like, it's just too much. If you go to you went to a minor league game, right? You got a limited amount of everything you can do. When the pitcher pitches it, when he gets the ball back, that motherfucker's got like 15 seconds to get his shit together and throw another pitch. They got a time clock on it. Like MLB, they don't care. They're just like, nah, take your time. Do whatever you want. The batter can say, hold on, give me a second. I'm not ready to bat. If you're in the box, you ready to bat. All right? I'm going to throw the pitch, and if it goes across the plate, that's a goddamn strike. Get your shit together. Stop readjusting your fucking wristbands and shit. The fuck you need a wristband for?
Right. First of all, you've had 3.5 hours to adjust it. You're only going to get 2 opportunities the whole night to do this. You weren't preparing yourself in all your downtime. And the other thing is, Terry, you allude to this one. Like, I don't even fucking know baseball, but I was listening to, Colin Cowherd in the World Series or something like that. And he was like, whatever, I don't even know what team it was. I don't even know who's in the World Series. But they're like, they have 5 world-class pitchers that can, start for any other team. I was like, well, then you need to add 6 more teams to the league. That doesn't even make sense. That'd be like telling me the New Jersey Nets have 5 all-star point guards.
It is.
It's way too much. Then put 4 of them on different franchises, dumbass.
The playoff games are too fucking long, man. I like baseball, bro. It's just it's not enough offense, though. That's really the biggest one. And it's too much bullshit.
And this, just to let you know, the commissioner of the MLB, Robert Manfred, or whatever the fuck your name is, Terry's dad was drafted to the MLB. Terry was indoctrinated into liking baseball before he even had a fucking choice. His dad was like, love this or I won't love you. And even Terry, you can hear the doubt in his voice creeping back again. You watch, hey, how many fewer baseball games have you watched since your Cubs won the World Series?
2015. Probably.
Hey, Terry got his nut and got out.
But that's also the thing with baseball too. Is like they won the World Series with that team, and they fucking traded away 7, 8 dudes from that fucking team the next year. Like the way their money is structured into, it's just too much bullshit, man. It's just really bullshit. Yeah, but honestly, bro,
Them guaranteed contracts, bro.
164 games, too much. Way too much.
Yep. Well, if you ask Zion Williamson, he was like, 16 games, too much. And he was like, I've been watching baseball a lot too, actually. And I want a guaranteed contract, even though I've barely played basketball at all. And I weigh 330 pounds, are the reports, Terry. 330 pounds. And they said that he was coming back to practice or whatever. Remember, they were like, oh, yeah. Setback.
Yeah. Well, do we know, like,
ankle injury?
Is it his knee? Was it his
Tummy
ankle?
injury?
His foot? What's the injury?
David Griffin hurt his feelings. I don't know if he said something in the hallway. And now Zion's like, yeah, well, I'm going to take my ball and go home. So you guys enjoy playing basketball in New Orleans without me, since you guys want to play basketball.
We called it, bro. When he went to New Orleans, I was like, that is not the place to go for Zion Williamson. Not New Orleans. Like, if you would have got drafted by the Thunder, that would have been better. At least they got shittier food in that town. Oklahoma City ain't known for good-ass, fattening food. Zion has been in New Orleans just getting hammered on like Charles Barkley, boy. He's killing that shit. Gumbo, crawfish, all that shit, man. It's crazy, dude. It's fucking crazy.
He's looking like
so wild. I feel like he
Unso.
picked the wrong fucking sport, man. He picked the wrong sport. I know what you're laughing at. Your boy picked the wrong sport, bro. Because if he can blow up this fucking fast, like he's like, it's not too many people can blow up this quick. Like that's not a normal basketball.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that he should have picked football or
Either
competitive
one.
eating?
Football, probably.
Right. Joey Chestnut, look the fuck out. He was like, I had 75 cocktail shrimp in 3.5 minutes. Well, Zion was like, I can get about 170.
Yeah, but like when you talk about basketball, it's not too many dudes that can just blow up like a balloon like this. Like James Harden, Sean Kemp, Charles Barkley, and Zion Williamson.
Sean May.
Sean May. Sean May is too bad to talk about
Sean
his weight.
May.
He's too bad to even talk about
Don't
it.
forget
Like, do
him.
we even care if he went to 400 pounds? Huh?
Don't
Oh,
care
yeah.
about. Don't forget
Big
about
baby.
Glenn Davis.
But he was
either.
good though. Zion. But that's the thing. Zion is still really good. We just haven't seen him play. I bet you if we saw him get on the court at 330, he'd still get 20 and 10 like it was nothing.
Is he the best fat guy
If you
since
consider
Kevin Love?
Love fat? Nah, Kevin Love is better. You talking
No,
about
back
like
in the
rookie
day.
year?
Back in the day, Kevin Love was fat. Yeah. But no, I'm talking about when he was
Like,
getting like
second year?
15 rebounds a game for the Timberwolves, and they were like, let's
second
trade
year
for
K-Love?
Thompson.
Yeah, I mean, Zion's the best fat person besides Charles Barkley, because Charles Barkley was a beast. But like, I think Zion is Charles Barkley, bro. He could get on the court now. Like everybody keeps talking about this weight shit, and Zion's like, y'all haven't even seen me hoop. Like if I get on the court, I'm still about to get 28 and 10. I'm telling you.
Yeah. But the problem is his matchup is also going to get 38 and 10 because he can't fucking switch on to anybody. He's out here, gets switched on to a point guard and is waddling around the perimeter.
But, yo,
like
did you
the
see this
Penguins
coming
in
from him,
Batman
though, bro?
movies.
Like, I honestly didn't, like, see this coming. Not this at all. Like, I knew he was injury prone.
Honestly, like,
Yeah.
you notice, like, I'm allergic to seafood, so I don't know how good it tastes. So from a personal standpoint, no, I didn't see this coming. Everyone tells me gumbo and crawfish and all that shit is delicious, but, that's only a theory to me. I was like, I bet it is. Zion, he was like, listen, man, we're about to make, this dream a reality. And what's the point of ordering foot-long po' boys when I can order yard-long po' boys? And instead of getting a foot-long breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I'll get a yard-long for the day.
I don't know,
and
man.
I
It
only
just
got to go to the
sucks that he
store
went
once.
New Orleans, bro. Does New Orleans?
He's got to get up out of there. Trust me, this is all. He's good. Read it. You heard it here, folks. Like, and we said this before. He goes sign the max deal from New Orleans because he's barely played any fucking games at all, and he needs the financial security. Then, like 8 months into that 5-year deal, he's going to be like, I'm not really jiving with ownership. David Griffin sent an inappropriate email to my aunt. Me and Nikhil, whatever, Walker Alexander aren't getting along in practice.
I mean, he might, man. If he signs that contract, though, like I don't know, because he's got a bunch of endorsements and shit. It's a lot of money, but like, it seems like him and his family, like their mentality is just like, we're done with this New Orleans shit, and they barely started, but they're just like, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I'm not mad at them either because he made head-scratching decision after head-scratching decision. I don't understand anything about that team other than the fact that Herb Jones fucking straps people up on a nightly basis. But I didn't think that we'd see another Herb in the NBA for quite some time, Terry.
No, you're right.
We're talking more about him than we talking about Zion. But if you're any of these other teams in the league, bro, you better start kissing Zion's dick right now and the other players. Because the last thing you want to do is be like the Celtics, saving up all these fucking premier picks to get Anthony Davis, and then Anthony Davis declares a trade and says, Boston's not on my list.
Yeah, I think you're completely right, man. But I just think Zion is going to do what Zion wants to do, man. Whichever team he wants to go to, that's where he's going to go. Like, it just seems like that he's got that arrogance in him where he's just like, I don't care how much I weigh. Like, if I go to New York, I'm just going to lose 60 pounds and then be a beast. Like, what the fuck? I don't care about what the fuck y'all talking about. But he does need structure, though, because Duke made his ass lose some weight, too.
He needs to do whatever the fuck Julius Randle did, like his last year for the Lakers, when that motherfucker lost like 25 pounds and came out with a 12-pack.
Zion's a big dude, though. Even him at 270, he's still a beast. Like, he's just a wide guy, bro. He's got to be... Nah.
I mean, he doesn't suck, right? But the thing is, at 330, like, how long are you going to be able to play? Like, how many years of 330 do your knees have compared to
never seen
270?
Who's to say? Maybe he needs to be 330. But look at me. I'm fucking 160 pounds soaking wet. So it's like, I can't really talk about weight. I don't know much about weight. I've never been heavy.
Jesus Christ. So Zion Williamson is two of you and your dog.
Yeah.
He's you holding yourself, holding Kinkley.
Let me ask you though. But you're not like, you're not big. You're way shorter or whatever. But you're sturdy. I don't think you've ever had like bad extremity injuries and shit. But like, do you feel differently when you're like heavier opposed to like when you're like way lighter? Because I've seen you fluctuate weight like crazy.
Oh
yeah.
Dramatically. Yeah. I feel dramatically different, bro. It changes how I play in all sports. Like, I'll never forget when I was playing basketball or whatever, and like I lost maybe 30 pounds or whatever, and I was like, we were playing up at Cobb, and I was playing some dude who I'd like played against before, and like he could never like move me into post, and like now this dude's like kind of backing me down. I was like, I have to try as hard as I can to keep this dude out of the paint. Whereas before, when I was like 230, I could just like anchor myself and chill. And be like, you're just not going to
when we were playing up there in Maryland,
box out and get this
170? 175 maybe? Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, 175, something like that. And it's everything, though. But, like, it's not. So you feel the weight and the strength for sure. Like, that 30 pounds helps you move people around the post, box out. Like, all that shit is way easier. But then to, like, flip your hips and start to sprint is so much fucking harder when you got that weight on you, bro. Like, I can't even describe to you. Like, it's the agility explosion portion for me that I was like, oh, no. I'll never forget when I came back to playing soccer after being in Nashville, and I had, like, not played, and I was heavier and whatnot. And I knew that Ricky was going to try to meg me, but, like, I couldn't move my legs to close him up. Like, I saw it all happen ahead of time. That he was going to beg me, get it back on the other side. I attempted to, like, foul him, shield him out of the way. I couldn't even, like, hip check him to get the ball on the other side. I was so behind the play. And I was just like,
weight
oh,
on
my
your
Lord.
Knees and shit.
I done lost the whole way.
Or you don't really get injuries and shit, so it doesn't.
I didn't feel it, but now every time I straighten both my knees, they crack. So
yeah, I mean, like,
really, I was
so
doing something right.
big. It's just like hard to imagine that he's so injury prone. It's kind of crazy. He's an athletic freak, man, but 330 is heavy.
Hey, David Griffin, John Collins, DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, 2 first-round picks. Let's get it done right now.
I don't want him, bro. I think he just gets hurt too easily, man. He gets hurt too easily, bro. I can't take it. I can't take him. His first.
No, you're passing on Zion. Whoa.
No.
You're
not even
a Knicks
Not even
fan.
only that.
Zion's
I'm a Knicks
favorite
fan and a
team is
Duke
the Knicks.
fan. Like basketball. He gets hurt too much, man.
Passing on Zion. You're saying no.
Bro, his rookie year, he played 21 games. Last year, he was his healthiest. He played 61 games.
No. This is just delusional. This is a delusional Knicks fan trying to justify drafting R.J. Barrett. He really was better than Zion the whole time at Duke. Oh, yeah, it was the right pick. The right pick. We got our guy. I would trade R.J. for Zion now if I wanted to.
I'm not saying that.
Fuck out of here,
me,
Terry.
bro. I don't like dudes that get hurt like that. You know I like motherfuckers to be on the court every night, man. I don't like that injury shit. I really hate that shit.
Yeah. That's why Terry's favorite player is Andrew Wiggins.
Nah, LeBron
Still
James,
hasn't
baby.
missed a
Eli
game his
Manning,
whole NBA
Eli Manning
career.
type shit. See, like LeBron now, I'll be looking at the Lakers like, this shit trash. Like, I don't even want to watch it. He's barely on the court. AD, hate him. Doesn't deserve
There's no need to.
Whatever the fuck. I hate him. He's garbage. Gets hurt way too much. Who else is a superstar to get hurt a lot? I didn't like Joel Embiid either. He got hurt too much. Ben Simmons used to get hurt a lot. Chris Paul always leaves me when it's time to win. He's hurt. Fucking breaking his finger on a jersey. Like, come on, bro.
Yep.
Way too much.
Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. Wait a minute. Who isn't hurt all the time? Everyone's fucking hurt all the time.
Bill Russell. The greats, baby.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan. Yeah, I like Trey. He's on the court all the time. Luka Doncic's out here bullshitting too every now and then.
Yep. Right? The only person who could knock Trey out
that's
of the
true.
playoffs
I mean,
is the
shit,
ref.
even when we had Porzingis, I was like, look, Porzingis is a beast. But as soon as they started talking about trading him, I was like, trade that fucker. He gets hurt. He rolled his ankle like twice a week. Like, goddamn, get off the go. Get out of here. Hate him. Too many injuries. I don't like that injury shit, man. I hate it. I don't want Zion now. Didn't want him when he came out. If he would have stayed healthy, I would have taken him. But go ahead and take him, bro. Not for your future. Give away like Cam Reddish and somebody else you think that's not good.
Oh, you can have it all.
And Trae Young?
You can have it all. No, the only one we're keeping is Trey. But anyone else is on the table.
Name rights of the Hawks
anyone else
for Zion. We'll name it the Atlanta Jazz. You'll just be cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say.
No. Well, you were gonna bring back Terry. We're gonna do like what a lot of other franchises did. How Utah became the Jazz, right? Even though they had nothing to do with New Orleans. We're gonna become the Atlanta Bullets.
Oh man, yeah, hey man, Zion's heavy. I don't see him succeeding, bro.
And then Zion, I don't know what caliber bullet he'd be for us. He'd be a shotgun slug.
Whatever's the equivalent to a shrimp cowboy. That's what his bullet type is. That boy is huge, man.
Well, I don't know what bullet type Trae Young would be, but he was shooting him off on Twitter the other day, Terry, at Chris Kirshner, who's the beat reporter for the Hawks under The Athletic. Full disclosure, Chris is my favorite writer for The Athletic. I check for his shit whenever it comes up. A big reason of the part that I renewed my subscription was for this dude alone, who I think is a really talented writer. So shout out to Chris. So Chris put up a latest article about the Hawks this week, talk about 25 games into the season, and we don't really know much about the team. They're second in the league on offense. They're awful on defense. Everyone's been hurt the whole season or come back from injuries. There's been no continuity. And so he tweeted out his article, and some fan was like, this is behind a paywall, not reading it, not worth the money. So Chris, he's a little snarky guy. I think he's a New York, New Jersey kid. You know what I'm saying? He got some aggro in him. He was like, just say you're broke and move on.
That's what he said. Oh my God, I like that though. I like that.
Yeah. Me too. I told you. Chris got a little bit of a feistiness to him. But then, so Trae Young did not appreciate that one bit. You know what I mean? Definitely took some umbrage to that joint. And he was like, well, I guess I'm broke too because I ain't paying to read this shit neither. What does that make me? They sent a bunch of clown emojis out as well. So this has been a long relationship full of tension between these two guys in Atlanta. With Chris Kirzner, when Lloyd Pierce was fired, he reported that the biggest reason is because of his relationship with Trae Young. And I think Trae really took that the bad way. And he thought that Chris was trying to say he's a coach killer and chased him out of town and all that type of shit. And so clearly there's still some blood in the water and some bad beef between these two guys in Atlanta.
I respect the reporter for kind of going at the lead player like that, but I can't see him being a beat writer for the Hawks for too long. You know what I'm saying? I can see him eventually moving up to cover just more broader NBA type shit, but just covering teams and stuff.
I thought you were gonna say move up to cover someone like the Heat. I was like, you absolutely.
I'm saying he could be more of a national guy instead of just a one team type of person, because you kind of do have to well, maybe, I mean, he could change the way that these guys do their jobs and shit, but you kind of do have to be a little more friendly with the star players and all that type of stuff. But if your talent level is elite, you can go at these dudes a la Stephen A. Smith type shit. Stephen A. never bit his tongue when he was covering AI and Philly and stuff, or with the Eagles and stuff. He was like, look, if y'all trash, y'all trash. I covered a team and this is who I am. I'm brass and I don't give a fuck. So brash, but whatever, man. The dude's cool. I fuck with him. Go at the players. Fuck them. Trae Young ain't reading any of that shit anyways. He's if it's anything negative, he'll be like, fuck you. If it's positive, he's like, cool, whatever. He's not reading it. If it gets back to him negative, that's his people looking at it. He's not reading it anyway. So, go at these players. They ain't making millions and ain't doing shit. Talk shit about them. I'm fine with that. Make a name for yourself.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. The habitual line stepper is always going to support another person pushing the envelope, another person taking risks in this space and speaking their mind without fear of being canceled or fear of repercussions from their peers.
Exactly, dude.
So live your truth, Chris. Okay? Go ahead. And you know what? That's the exact reason I subscribe to the fucking Athletic. Because I could read puff pieces about the Hawks on AtlantaHawks.com and hear about how much Solomon Hill is veteran leadership to the team. Right? Good journalism is good and bad. And I appreciate that he exposed the shot selection issues in the team earlier this season. The worrying trend, how Nate McMillan always wants everyone to take long twos, no more layups and threes. The Hawks are first in the whole NBA in 3-point percentage, but are in the 20s in attempts. So that's good journalism. I wouldn't know about that without Chris Kirzner. And I would never call him a clown.
Yeah, and I respect what he's doing. There's two ways to make it. You can do the Stephen A. Skip Bayless type of shit, and then there's always everybody else. I mean, Kendrick Perkins also does the shit. He's not a writer, but just to say you can make it media wise being a negative type of guy most of the time. It's totally fine.
He's not a negative dude though. He'll give the flowers when they're, when they deserve them. He said that he put. He voted Trae Young All NBA last year and the year before that when we were the 11th best team in the fucking East, and he put him on an All NBA team.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's not like he's a hater. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he gonna tell you what it is, how he feels about it, and if you don't like it,
not at
that'll
all.
make
not
him a clown. But I did think it was savage how he said it. Just say you're broke.
That shit is that's just funny as hell. That's just some funny shit.
But I'll give you a compliment, Chris, just to keep it real, bro. I'm broke and I stayed because your writing was worth it, buddy.
Kudos to him. Yeah.
Journalism minor in the house. We support our own
pounds.
We definitely support our own. Well, you know who needs some more support this season
that?
in the same conference as the Hawks, Terry? Right here, the Charlotte Hornets. Although they've been playing pretty well, I think it's apparent to anybody who's watched them that they're sorely lacking a center. Not just the starting center, but depth centers as well. I did get the alert last week, Terry. The Hornets have activated Vernon Carey.
Not Vernon Carey. Jesus, they're bad.
Yep, he's been posting pedestrian numbers for the Greensboro Swarm. He's 100% ready to come and
Is
step
it only
in.
because everyone has COVID on that team?
I don't know, man. Can he be any worse than JT Thor?
No one's worse than any of those dudes that they got on that team. They're all garbage as hell. All the backup bigs.
First of all, you wouldn't know the difference between JT Thor and Bones Highland if you saw them both in a fucking Dollar General,
No,
Terry.
I wouldn't.
Okay?
Are you kidding me?
Let's
Fuck
keep it
no.
real.
I wouldn't even know Vernon Carey if I saw him. I'd be like, oh, who's that guy?
Right? You look a lot like Vernon Carney.
But like my thing is, they definitely desperately need a big man, and I think that would make them really good. But like, who is out there that they can get? That is the question that I would propose.
Well, Terry, as big of a patriot as Rick Carlisle is, you know, certain under the stewardship of Greg Popovich, Army vet, I think that even he's realized it's time to burn down the Twin Towers in Indianapolis. And there's no point in playing with 2 7-footers in the modern NBA. Neither one of them can dribble. So I would imagine one of the two is leaving between Domantas Sabonis and Myles Turner. One of those guys is up for sale, Terry. And if I were the Hornets, I think they'd be
Myles
smart
probably
to go after him.
because Sabonis is putting up almost like all-star numbers, especially in the East too. Even though the East is a lot better, he's putting up really good numbers. Yeah,
I mean, he made the team last 2 seasons in a row, but like he doesn't look good at center for some reason. Like he can't protect the rim, so that's what I would be concerned about for the Hornets. If I were you, I agree. I think they go after Turner, and they look at Plumlee, and you're like, you can do everything better than him.
No,
there's nothing.
I mean,
that
like I like
Plumlee's
Mason
better than
Plumlee,
Myles
but he's
Turner.
not a starting center, bro. Mason Plumlee is a backup. Actually, he's an above average backup center, but he's not a starting center. That's not him.
Are you insinuating that that's why we finished 6th in the FIBA World Championships?
Yeah, but they won the gold. They won the gold medal. As much shit as we gave them that whole summer, they won the gold medal. So kudos to you guys. But Mason Plumlee is not a starting center, bro. That's definitely not him. He offensively, he's just a pick guy. He's a pick and roller. That's all he can pretty much do. Like that's it. Horrible free throw shooter. Myles Turner and Sabonis shoot from the outside. Myles Turner can protect the rim, which is something that the Charlotte Hornets definitely need because they just got dominated by any big that comes through Charlotte. They're just, bloop, 25 points here. Bloop, 40 points for Embiid. Oh, you want a 60-piece? You want a 50-piece? Let me get some. It's fucking crazy.
Andre Drummond, you want
like
15 rebounds coming
every
off
time
the
a big
bench?
goes to Charlotte, it's like they're going to Chick-fil-A. It's nothing. It's a fucking Nuggets all day. They're just getting fucking points like it's nothing, dude. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's what they tried for Turner because they said, welcome to Charlotte, to the Chick-fil-A arena. It's Sunday. We're closed for business. All right? You're not getting shit over here. And Myles Turner, bro, he's developed into like a legit 3-point shooter. A legit one, shooting like over 37% on over 5 attempts per game. Like that's real. That's a fucking weapon. That's not like your boy down in the Pelicans, Jonas Valanciunas, who's taken a half a 3 a game, and then everyone's like, he's a 3-point threat. He's a 3-level scorer. He can't be stopped.
He's definitely
a modern big man.
He is a really good player. He's not just a 3-point shooter too. He has legitimate post moves as well. The mid range is nice. Good pick and roll guy.
Hey, led the NBA in like he held his opponents shooting at the lowest percentage at the rim last year of any player in the league, and I think the Pacers had the lowest percentage within 0 to 3 feet as well. So even though you don't think of him like as the super bouncy, high flying, like athletic freak, he's sturdy, he's strong, he's got good awareness and coordination, and like he's going to be in the same position that he's supposed to be. And he's a dude I think would help the Hornets a lot.
Probably,
make
honestly. And then the only thing that I think people would be negative towards him would just be like his rebound numbers. And I would only say it's because he's fucking with Sabonis. Like Sabonis is a rebounding machine. He just gobbles up rebounds. And I don't think Myles Turner really cares about that. Now, do I want to see more of an effort to give me at least 8 rebounds opposed to like 5? I think it's like 5.5. Like, yeah, of course. But if you go to a team where no one else can get rebounds like on the Hornets, he's going to get 12.
Right. Well, it's a good thing you have a 6'7" point guard.
But yeah,
right?
I like the Myles Turner trade. I mean, when I type in Charlotte Hornets in Google, I better see underneath those lines looking for a big. All right. I want to see no other fucking stories. They need to be looking for a big.
And you know who's the biggest winner of that trade, Terry? PJ Washington. And let me tell you why. PJ Washington going the other way in that trade, it would be probably Mason Plumlee, PJ Washington, and a pick for Myles Turner or a pick swap. PJ Washington, if he goes to Indiana, Terry, they have a whole new system of child support laws over in Indiana. We gonna appeal this Brittany Rennie joint. I'm gonna get some money.
That is true. I'll be begging for that. Begging. Whatever that song is.
Some players ask for a no trade clause. Some players ask for a Hoe-Trade Clause.
No, that's true, man. That's true. But you want to go ahead and transition that into our habitual line stepper of the week?
Oh, man. Yeah. I thought you were going to say if you want to transition to the trans man himself and talk about Cam Newton's return to Atlanta. But we can stay on the child support tip.
I mean, Cam Newton, he's got a bunch of children as well, too, so it's tit for tat. Tit for tat. Let me pee first before we do that.
Oh, man. I wonder how many kids Dwight Howard have right now if he could get pregnant.
Mark the time, bro.
So PJ Washington wasn't the only NBA player this season who might be looking for a Hoe-Trade Clause to be written in on their next free agency period. Tristan Thompson, famously publicly dating Khloe Kardashian. It's not a secret. You know, they're paparazzi around documenting that. He's been with her for like 3 years now, something like that. And Terry, he is ready to have his third kid out of wedlock, cheating on the bitch. His baby mama, I'm not going to say her name because she's not a celebrity. She's just some hoe who snuck into his hotel room and is trying to get a fucking payout. But it looks like she's pretty close to it, Terry. She posted a screenshot from Tristan Thompson, and instead of recapping it, I'm just going to read. This is a text message that Tristan Thompson sent to said woman. Let me get into character as a method actor here. You know how I feel. My feelings haven't changed at all. I feel like I should do a Morgan Freeman voice when I read it. You know how I feel. My feelings haven't changed at all. Won't be involved at all. By the way, if you think having this baby is going to make you some money, well, you're completely wrong. You are aware that I'm retiring after this season. So in terms of support, it will be whatever is required monthly for someone who's unemployed. It's taxes, so it will only be a couple $100. So you are better off taking this $75K I'm offering because you won't get nothing near that with having a
Jesus
kid with a father
Christ.
who's unemployed. All you will have is a baby with a father who has zero involvement with the child and a few $100s of child support.
Dude, with that cold-hearted truth. He was trying to let her know, I'm trying to help you. You're in a bad position here. I got the upper hand on you, John. That's harsh, dude.
Hey, Terry, boss move or soft move? Offering a girl $75,000 to have an abortion.
Fuck, man. Hey, that's a boss move. That's a boss move. You gotta do what you gotta do. Plus, he's a piece of shit. He already knows. He's like, look, man, I don't give a shit about this kid. I'm not gonna be this kid's father. Name only. It was where I'm gonna be this kid's father. All right, take this money or leave it. You know.
First of all, it's a zygote at this point.
Yeah, true. I mean, I don't know what. Where's he playing at right now? Where?
Playing for the Kings, or rather, not playing for the Kings.
No, no shit. I don't know. I mean, whatever the laws are, I'm sure he read that shit thoroughly. Yeah.
I'm sure he knows them.
Yeah, I'm sure he read it.
I was like, he knows them good. Tristan Thompson is like, listen, man, this isn't the first time I cheated and knocked the bitch up. All right? I've been down this path before. I know all the addendums in the paperwork. It's like, listen, man, I know how the tax structure goes. Not only can I tell you, like, what portion of my income are they going to be using, but I can also tell you a relative value of what you're going to be receiving.
That's crazy. I think he knows what he's talking about. So if I was her, you know, do a little research, you know, see if this is true or not, take the $75K and move on with my life. And I mean, you don't have to have the kid. You can just take the money and just be like, yeah, well, abortion, fuck it, you know. There's no need to just.
Honestly, I think it's a little soft that he didn't at least go to 100K, Terry. 75K for a dude who's made like $250 million is a little wild. And like, I'm not out here counting his paychecks, counting his pockets, you know. But what I will say is, for any parent spending $75,000 over the lifetime of the kid, if that's all you spend, you got away fucking
that, you
easy.
Spent the bare absolute minimum. Because like, I know a kid is probably got to be at least like $500,000 throughout your life. Like, just one of those motherfuckers. Like, those motherfuckers are expensive, especially like.
I remember when I was a kid, they said like the average kid costs like $200,000 over the cost of your lifetime.
Oh my god!
And that was in 1990. So I don't know what the fuck it is now with inflation and cryptocurrency and all the other new advents that we've had recently. But he definitely lowballed the bitch, bro. By any measure, $75,000.
I'm retired. I'm about to be living on a fixed income, shawty. That money I saved up in the bank, it only goes down. I don't get no other income. That's it. It's straight going down. Like, you're going to get no money from me. Fuck that. I'm fighting this shit.
Right? He's like, sue Chloe. She's the one who's got the fucking money. Yeah, I'm going to be the one asking her for an allowance anyway. She's almost like inconsolate at this part. Like, she's like, I'm a billionaire, successful celebrity who girls all over the world look up to, but every man I date cheats on me and has kids with a bunch of hoes all over the country. Lamar Odom was like, I'd rather have all my teeth fall out and smoke crack than be faithful.
She never went back to him. Who did she date? It was like Harden, Odom. Yeah, it was Harden.
I forgot about Harden.
The fact that she even got him to date her as like a feat on its own. Because James Harden, that guy, he ain't dating nobody.
At the same time, but this is the point. At the same time she was dating James Harden, he was getting his jersey retired in Houston.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I mean, even having that on paper is like, what the fuck? But
nah, he was like, there's no evidence. He's like, we're not together. You're just around me a lot. Then, wasn't Blake Griffin involved somehow? Your boy
that's
Chris
Kim.
Humphreys was somehow in the picture. Terrence Ross, I think, was involved at some point.
Terrence J. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Motherfucker from 106 and Park?
Yeah, the boy Terrence J.
He got up in that too?
Yeah.
That little 5'6" sweater vest wearing motherfucker?
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to you, Terrence J. By the way, Terrence J, talk about a come up, man. Started off at 106 and Park. Now he's doing e-news with white bitches and
Shout
fucking
out
a
Terrence
Kardashian.
J, man. He can get his Nick Cannon on if he keeps doing it, playing his cards right. He can always...
He looked like he's like underground Nick Cannon. Like he's having all the same success as Nick, but he just doesn't have a Real Husbands of Hollywood.
No, that's true.
Where he like puts all his business out there and whatnot. I bet Terrence J is doing these hoes like Derek Jeter. He's got fucking gift bags waiting in a limousine.
Nah, you might be right, man. Who knows, man? He could be knocking them down up there in LA, man. You never know, bro. You just never know.
Yep. Well, Terry, when you get knocked down, what do? You pick yourself back up. And that's what Cam Newton did after throwing a pick six against the Falcons in his return to Atlanta, Terry. Cam Newton was celebrating first downs in the first quarter. He was doing a lot. He had his dances that he was busting out. He didn't seem like he had been bothered with being benched and then having a whole bye week in which they fired his offensive coordinator. And he looked ready to go. But what he didn't know is that he was ready to go throw a 70-yard pick six and then get tripped in the open field. And then Cam Newton was laying on the 40-yard line doing the breaststroke.
Yeah.
Watching the touchdown like the rest of us.
That pick six was, it was shit.
Terry.
Oh, my bad.
You're going in and out on your video, bud. What do you make of Superman
Cam
returning to the building?
Cam. I mean, look, bro. Cam is Cam. At this point, he's really not that good. But is PJ Walker better than him? Fuck no. But the Panthers just need to figure out what the hell they're doing. They benched him in the game, then they brought him back into the game, then they benched him again, then he came back in. And they still only lost by 7, which is like, that's an indictment on the Falcons. But as we sit here and look at the Carolina Panthers, I would just either continue with Cam Newton, sell some tickets, or go ahead and try to put fucking PJ Walker out there, see what he can do. Because you're just wasting people's time. Like, what's the point? Either do PJ and have Cam in the red zone, or I don't know what the fuck y'all are doing. Like, at this point, it's a joke of an organization.
I agree, Terry. A joke of an organization. And you ready for this hot take? Because this one is scorching. And you may have to, walk all the way around to the other side of the street like Mark Cuban. This one is so hot. Okay? The Carolina Panthers are a racist organization. How are they racist? You ask? They have 2 black quarterbacks. How could they possibly be racist? Well, Terry, let's talk about how they treated their black quarterbacks versus how they treated their white ones. So Sam Darnold, absolute fucking dumpster fire, throws some of the most horrific pick sixes you've ever seen in your life. Didn't inspire confidence in anybody in New York. Never won an MVP. Never had an ounce of credibility in this league for 1 second. And they start him even playing like shit until he gets hurt enough that he can't continue. Enter a guy who won an MVP. Enter a guy that Matt Rule, their coach in PJ Walker, has coached for 7 years because he coached him in high school and in college. The Panthers, to get PJ from the XFL, they had to compete with 15 teams. And he chose them to go there for this coach. So they had to go after him early. And how did they treat him? Well, all the 2 black guys have to do is make one mistake, Terry, and you get the fuck out of here. All right? Cam Newton throws a pick. Doesn't matter. He's an MVP. You go sit down on the bench. All right? PJ Walker goes into the game. He throws a pick. They sit his ass down on the bench and bring Cam Newton right back out there. Then Cam Newton throws another, and they put PJ back in the game. Terry, they allowed Sam White Man Vineyard Vines Darnold to go out there and turn the ball over more than Danny Dimes with midget hands. But as soon as the black man get back there and make a mistake, he's not representing the team. It's an embarrassment, and we got to get the hook. Carolina Panthers,
You're going a little far with it, man. It's not that bad up there, bro. It's not that bad. I do get what you're saying. But, I mean, you know how it is. Sam Darnold had some promise. He came from a football factory and all that shit. So they'll give you more of a little bit of a leash. You know, Cam Newton, we already know, 33. We don't care about him. And P.J. Walker, just an unknown. So they can get yanked. It's fine. Not that big a deal. Like, you can treat him like whatever.
Yeah, honestly, they should have given Cam Newton twice the chances of anyone else because it appears he's that they or them at this point. He should have at least gotten a series and a half
than just to throw one fucking pick and then get yanked out of the game. Like, he had a good game. He had 2 good performances for the Panthers this year.
He scored a touchdown in their first series. Ran right into
it just shows that they don't know what the hell they're doing right now. I already knew that when they traded for Sam Darnold in the first place. So, like, at this point, whatever they do, I don't give a shit. I really don't.
They got something against the culture. And that's why they had the coolest fucking offensive coordinator in the whole NFL. A fucking white guy, Joe Brady. Another ginger. He's got a beard. He's got a fade. Yeah. He's wearing Cuban chains on the fucking sidelines. They're like, get out of here. All right? He was probably telling them, we need to start Cam Newton over Sam Darnold. And they're like, listen, man. He's got the face from the Lego Star Wars movie.
He has to play.
We can't sit this guy.
Sam Darnold.
Right. And so now it's like Matt Rule, he's been the coach of the Panthers a season and a half now. And everyone couldn't wait to kiss his dick and talk about how he's transformed the defense and how he might be one of the next best young minds in the NFL. Well, I got a different question for Matt Rule. What the fuck are you doing? Because this team sucks. You just lost to a team in the Falcons who have a net. Our point differential this season is minus 100. And we beat the Panthers by 15
you talking this last game?
In Charlotte.
29-21, brother. Calm down.
Yes.
Calm down.
Oh, garbage time. Get out of here. What are you talking about? That shit was not even close. We need the ball. We just ran the clock out. We're on the 6-yard line with 40 seconds left.
Tell that to people who bet on the spread.
Shit, bro. We'll see you later.
You piece of shit. No, I didn't bet this game.
You?
Because, the Panthers are unknown. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm only betting on bad teams who I know are for sure playing against good teams. You know what I'm saying? I know that's a blowout. The Bucks they're not fucking around. They're blowing them out like they did. But the NFC South is complete garbage, all right? Even the Falcons are bad. They're not a good team. The Falcons are a bad team. And they're sitting here at 6-7, bro. The Panthers at least have a good defense. If you can't win games with, the number 2 defense in the NFL, you don't deserve to be a coach, bro. Straight up and down. You have to get the hell up out of here, man. I don't want to hear none of this shit, bro. I don't. I give credit to the GM for bringing in dudes that have talent. And then coaching comes into a point where you have to succeed with the coaching that the game plan that the coach gives you. These guys just have a shit game plan on offense every goddamn drive. I'm just like, what the hell are you doing?
Terry, they had a shit game plan on defense. They're the number 2. You're like, this is a great fucking pass defense. You're like, look, they're number 1 in sacks. They're number 2 in yards allowed. Well, the Falcons' offensive line happens to be made out of paper mache and resembles the banner that high school teams run through before their homecoming game. And somehow the Panthers are like, we're going to rush 3 and drop
just
7.
Let an MVP get time to throw the ball. You're just going to let Matt Ryan revitalize his career in one fucking game. It's ridiculous, man.
Matt Ryan couldn't run from the Omicron variant, and this motherfucker was out here. He had a 15-yard scramble.
Yeah,
I was
man.
like, he's looking like a
your number
Tom
one
Brady
culprit
out here.
is the fact that Sam Darnold had the most designed quarterback runs. Sam Darnold, bro.
Wait. So thank you, Terry. Thank you, Terry. Right? This goes right back to my racist point. So we lead the league in design quarterback runs with Sam Darnold, but then we get Cam Newton and we stop running.
It doesn't make a whole lot.
That makes sense to you, Terry? The dude who had like 20 touchdowns in his MVP season?
It's a little strange.
Yeah, no, I'm sure Sam Darnold, it's the mastery over the playbook, for sure.
Nah, it is weird.
It's just ridiculous. And at this point, I'm starting to wonder, did Matt Rule not draft Justin Fields because he's a black quarterback? He's like, we already have had two of these on the roster. I've seen what they're capable of.
I don't know. Whatever, man.
He was like, hey, we have no quarterback. We're going to take J.C. Horn.
And then he tears his fucking ACL.
Yep. They passed on Mac Jones, too. It was like, all right. Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out next year. Matt Rule, you better be hoping there's a next year.
I think he might
figure
be
this
done.
shit out.
You never know with the NFL and these fucking just guys they just throw out there. They're just like, no. Trust me. He's the guy. He's the guy. He's looking like he's not the guy.
There's only one way for Matt Rule to save his legacy and for him to be able to leave Charlotte with his head held high and without people calling him a racist in the streets. Sign Colin Kaepernick. All right. We're playing a 3-quarterback system. All right. Any of these guys back here can run, pass, or shoot. We got quarterback. We got... we're playing a shotgun split back formation. PJ Walker's taking the snap. Cam Newton's to his right. Colin Kaepernick's to his left. We're reinventing football on the fly. Okay? And stop that, NFL defenses. I don't think the Tampa 2 is going to work when we throw the ball 3 times in the same play.
They can still win out and probably make the playoffs, which is fucking an indictment on the whole league right now.
Oh.
Oh, no.
They're on the bubble,
baby, in the hunt. It's crazy, man. This whole NFL is just ridiculous this year.
They're hanging around.
Let the Patriots be number one. Fuck around, let the Chiefs be number one. I mean, it's just fluctuating back and forth. Cowboys are good one day, bad the next. It's just like, I don't even know what's going on, man. I really don't. I don't.
I hope it all comes to fruition. I hope we get to see the 3 black quarterback system next season. I just want to see the tug of war between Colin Kaepernick and Cam Newton, with each one of them trying to act like they're more important than the other.
You know how it is. They'd be like, let's just play the hot hand. Whoever's the hot one, they're going to play. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Till it's fucking 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and it's 3rd down, and Cam Newton and Colin Kaepernick are on the sidelines doing rock, paper, scissors.
I think you're right.
Game.
You start it with PJ Walker's under the center with the shotgun, and you got Cam on the left and Colin on the right. You don't know who's going to get it. Who's going to throw it? We don't know. Send him on routes. Don't send him on routes. Hike it to no one. Don't hike it. Who cares?
Right. Run the Georgia Tech triple option. Would be like the Patriots and never even fucking throw it with 3 quarterbacks.
Get to any of them. Direct snap across.
See, Terry, with it's no wonder that Carolina fired their offensive coordinator, Joe Brady. They were making room for us.
Yeah, just let the fans run the team, man. It's over. This year's done. And you know what? Nah, they're on the bubble. My bad. I won't disrespect them.
Oh, my God. You know what they are? The Panthers are buffering.
They're in 722. Oh, man. Amen.
Well, Terry, my love for you always comes live in vivid 4K. And this was another great afternoon chat with you as well, bud. we're going to be having our Liverpool-Tottenham preview coming out later this week. We're going to be calling the Liverpool-Tottenham game at 11:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time on Saturday morning. Sunday morning. Yeah. Sunday morning? Sunday. It is Sunday. All right. Two of the very best teams in the Premier League and a rematch of the Champions League final.
It'll be a good one.
3 seasons ago.
Barn burner. The new Tottenham versus the reigning champs in Liverpool. Let's see what's going to go down.
Yeah. Now is finally the time for Mohamed Salah to prove to all the other 6 continents that he deserves to win the Ballon d'Or. Yeah. Maybe when all West Africa has clean water. Maybe when an armless Helen Keller reads a basketball on live TV and nuts on porn.
Oh, God. We just use Helen Keller as the thing that bounces on the words under the closed caption. Amen.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Are you suggesting that we include Helen Keller as one of the 5 alternate baseballs to spice up the game?
Oh, man. No.
Hey, with that, we're out. Thank you for stepping across the line with us.
www.thehlspod.com. 99 subscribers. One away from 100 on YouTube.
Right? Hey,
there it is.
We're just
I'm a 9.
For that special
Wait, no,
one.
you're a 9, and I'm the one you need.
Yep.
Oh, God.
I've never felt so much like Khloe Kardashian.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.